One of the most interesting characters in the New Testament is a guy by the name of Nicodemus. The Bible records his story in John chapter 3, verse 1, and it says, "There was a man named Nicodemus, a Jewish religious leader, who was a Pharisee. And after dark one evening, he came to speak with Jesus. 'Rabbi,' he said, 'we all know that God has sent you to teach us. Your miraculous signs are evidence that God is with you.' Jesus replied, 'I tell you the truth, unless you're born again, you cannot see the kingdom of God.' 'What do you mean?' exclaimed Nicodemus. 'How can an old man go back into his mother's womb and be born again?'" And so here's this guy who belongs to a group called the Pharisees, and they had publicly denounced Jesus as being a false prophet. And here Nicodemus comes in the middle of the night, and he says, "Everyone believes that you are sent from God. You've been sent from God because of the miraculous signs that you've done. The healings, the blind that had been able to see, and the paralyzed who were walking." And countless stories like that. So Nicodemus, just the fact that he was there, meeting with him at night, said something about the fact that he was curious that Jesus was more than his group was saying he was. And as he's meeting with Jesus, Jesus says, "Nicodemus, unless you're born again, you cannot enter the kingdom of God." It's not about whether I'm doing a few miraculous signs. The question is, are you going to believe in me? Are you going to be born again? And he walks him through this process. Now, Nicodemus is meeting with him at night because he doesn't want the rest of the world to know that he's interested in Jesus. But when Jesus is crucified, and the reason I said intriguing at the beginning was because at first he didn't want the world to know. But when Jesus was crucified, it all made sense to him. And he was the one who buried. There was two that carried Jesus' body away for burial. And at that point, he didn't care who saw him. At some point, we've got to make a stand and say, we don't care what the world thinks. We follow Jesus. I hope today that you are following him and are encouraged to follow him. Have a great day.